morning, my name's Dawn, I'm the Reclusive Crafter, and today is No Waste Wednesday, and it's going to be a bit of a twofold video today because I'm going to introduce you to the next project that I'm going to be working on, and then I'm going to do a little bit around that as well. So the project that I've decided to work on next is going to be a design team make, and it's on behalf of Scrimping Mummy, Amanda Charlesworth at Scrimping Mummy, and her channel is Create with Scrimping Mummy on Facebook, and she has a YouTube channel, a Ko-fi channel. I say Ko-fi channel, she's got a Ko-fi website, Facebook page and Pinterest. I will leave all of these details in the description so that you've got access to them. Just a little bit of heads up, a Ko-fi site, she has a membership on there which is literally £3 a month for her members, and that entitles you to virtually everything that she does free of charge. And I say virtually because there are a few things on there that there are a charge on, but the charge is absolutely minimal. So once you've actually subscribed to her membership, there's very little costings, if any at all. You can get away without having to spend any further money each month on all your little projects and all your little digitals, okay? So pop along and have a look because it's absolutely well worth it. So the one I have chosen to do this month is the Blue Hues. It is properly called, let me find what it is actually called. I wrote it down. It's Vintage Blue Hues. This is the July edition of her journaling year of joy, and it's absolutely beautiful. Let me walk you through it without any further ado. So we've got beautiful lace doilies, lovely vintage ladies. The flowers are consistent throughout. We've got little bits and pieces going on here, little bingo card there, which is I think one of Amanda's little traits that she likes to do. And then we have got bird cages, or a bird cage on this one. Sorry, I was just checking that we are still recording. Bird cage, flowers, little cupid in the corner there. And the blue colours that she's chosen are just delightful, aren't they? They really are lovely. And then this one, we've got the flowers in both corners, and we've got a little border here. Now this border, if I'm not mistaken, I think this may have been pulled from Diary of a Lady. And what Amanda always tries to do is she tries to use or design her collections so that you can mix and match them with other parts of her collections that she's done previously. So even if you were to purchase a single project, you would still be able to add to it later down the line. But again, once you've got her membership, you can go in and add to bits and pieces completely free of charge anyway. So they are lovely. Little blue butterfly there. I mean, the detail that Amanda puts in is just lovely. So pretty. Another beautiful collection to work with. Again, haven't decided what I'm going to be doing with it yet. I'm absolutely no doubt I'll end up doing a journal of some kind, but I'm sure there'll be other things along the way. This is lovely. I love the way the blue eggs have been put in there as well, the bird eggs. Gorgeous little addition there. Numbers along here, look, and labels. Really, really pretty. And then in addition to those pages, we've got two journaling pages. One is relatively plain with just a little bit of a hint of a detail around the edge there. Hopefully you can see that okay. Let me just come up and see if we can see that better. There we go. And then this one is more of a lace effect, but there's kind of like almost a portrait aperture on there as well. Hopefully you can see that. It's very faint, but it's beautiful. It is absolutely lovely. And then we've got quite a number of background papers that she's given us to work with as well. So we've got this one, which goes in the portrait way, which is lovely with the little flowers on there. And then we've got the stripes, and we've got the stripes in two colours. So we've got blues and pale blues there, but then we've got the addition of the buffs there as well. So we've got those. We have got a little I don't know what you call that. Is that like a, I don't know, like a fern, I guess, almost, with the little leaves and things on. I don't know what that is, but it's very pretty, very pale blue. And then we've got that same design, but in the blue and buff as well, which is lovely. So you've got the coordination there. We've got the beautiful blue flowers. Look at those. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Little blue roses, I think they are. And then we've got almost like, this actually reminds me of a cathedral style, church style windows. It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely love that, with all the little blue flowers in. And then we've got a smaller blue flower, which is just as lovely. Then we've got a background here with a hint of design going on in the back, almost like a little wash design going on in the background there. And we've got another blue background with another vintagey design in there. Oh, I've missed a page. I forgot to show you this one with the little bird cage. So that's one of the main pages. And they got separated. There we go. Let's pop it with the rest of them. So we've got that one there as well, which is lovely. And then we've got all our additional ephemera. So we've got journal cards galore. I was going to say journal cards then. Journal cards galore. So we've got these beautiful ones with all the blue hues on, which we've got 2 of those. We've got 2 of the little banners here, and we've got some little Paris labels there. Or we have got 4 little journal cards there, 2 the same. So you could double back them, you could make pockets out of them. Yeah, a number of things that you could do with those. They're lovely as well, aren't they? Beautiful. And then we have got the bird cages, the little colour swatches down the side here, and the numbers to be able to use as you will, and a little strip of the little design there. And then we've got the flower ephemera with obviously butterflies. Never have a journal without a butterfly. And obviously the little blue bows as well. Very, very pretty. And then we've got a couple of doilies. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Absolutely lovely doilies with a couple of little clustery type labels there. Smaller little banner there, and a little poppy tag, I think that is. Little poppy tag there. So those are lovely as well. And then we've got a page full of actual tags. So she's pulled all the designs in from the kit into the tags as well. So very, very pretty. So that is the collection, and that is what I am going to be working with over the course of the next umpteen weeks. I think this might be a slightly elongated series that I do, but I will keep you up to date on it, purely because there's lots to work with, and I want to try and do a few sort of different elements as well, rather than it all being samey and you getting bored with things. I thought I'd try and introduce a few little different bits and pieces as well. So that's the collection. I do hope you like it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It really is a lovely, lovely collection. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep these in order, and I thought, where's that one gone? There we go. Let me pop that one in there. Alrighty, so I've got a lot of fussy cutting to do to get started. So that's the main collection, and that's what I'm going to be working on. Okay, so let me pop that to one side one moment, because what I am now going to do, today is No Waste Wednesday, and I wouldn't like to disappoint you. So I have been through my stash, and I have pulled out a lot of blue bits and pieces that are sitting there not getting used at the moment, and I thought I would do something with these today. So not necessarily all at once, but I've got a few little blue tags there. I'm not sure where these came from. Again, just in my stash, but they're blue and I think they will go nicely. So I'm going to try and make use of those somehow, maybe on a collage or something. Not sure what I'm going to be doing with those at the moment. So you remember me saying that Amanda does her things to kind of mix and match. And these are previous things that she's done. So she did a little specimen slide with a dragonfly, which I backed onto scraps from, I think that was the Winter Wonderland journal. I had scraps from the Winter Wonderland journal that I made the tag from, and I just added the little card there. And this is one of her freebies, I think, that she did, a little tag from her freebies. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this in what I'm going to be doing, but I've pulled it out anyway, because if we can make use of it, marvellous. This was a little journal card that I did. Oh, yeah, it is a journal card. I did it on an index card. Again, from the Winter Wonderland cut-offs, and I just embellished this with some of Amanda's little bits and pieces as well. So I've got that I can use. I did this one. I honestly cannot remember what I did this for, actually, but it might have been for Diary of a Lady. I made this for one other journal that I was working on, and I never actually used it in the end. And it's a little cellophane pocket, as you can see. It's got a beautiful blue butterfly on. The butterfly is from the Marie collection, and the stamp is obviously my own thing. I say my own thing. It's a stamp which I backed onto a bit of cut off from Amanda's collections. This one was from Georgian Romance, and I did it as kind of a little double folded journal card. Again, never used it, but who knows, might be able to make use of that. I made this pocket for Georgian Romance journal, never got around to using it. Don't know if I will do this time or not, but it's blue. I've pulled it out. Let's see what we're going to do with it. And then in addition to all of that, these are all my little cut-off bits that I've had from previous projects that I've done that I thought I might try and make use of and do something with these. Okay, so that's where I am up to so far. And now I'm just going to spend maybe half an hour with you, just doing little bits and pieces. What I have done, I've kind of cheated. This is coffee dyed paper. It's faux coffee dyed paper because I actually printed it this morning specifically for this. And I thought what I would do is just prep a few little tags and things, because although you get a nice selection of tags in, I'm just going to find the tags. Although you get a nice selection of tags in what Amanda does, she always leaves scope for you to actually do your own as well. So I just want to have a look and see what size hers are. They're about 4.5 inches by just over 2.25, aren't they? So it's actually 6 centimeters by 12 centimeters. Okay, so I thought I would just cut this down and just start making up some tags. Now, in theory, what I could do, because this is only on white cardstock, I could just stick everything on here and then cut it up afterwards. But I'd like to do a few with bits going in different directions. Yeah, so that's what I thought I would do. How wide is this? This is 8.25. So if I go 4 1/8, that's not very big, is it? No, let's do 6. Shall we do 6? Shall we do 6? I don't know. Trying to think of how best to get stuff out of this. I'm going to do 6. That'll leave me with that, which I'm sure I could do a belly band or something out of that, can't I? And then width-wise, I think I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with 3" because I quite like that as a size for a tag. So 6x3 is what I'm going to be playing with today. And I'm probably only going to get, how big is that left? 5 3/4. So 2.5, about there. I reckon that'll be about half. And then I'll do a couple of little skinnier ones there too. Okay, so that's what I'm playing with today, folks. And it's really just going to be a stick it down job, really. If you want to stay along and play with me, that would be lovely. If you'd rather jump off and jump back on again when I'm done, or just jump to the end of the video, which would probably be the easier option, then yeah, feel free to do that too, because all I'm doing today is licking and sticking. We are just licking and sticking, and I'm just cutting bits and pieces down to smaller sizes. Do you know, I'm really sorry, I can't work off camera like that. That drives me bonkers. Can't see what I'm doing of. Right. So we're going to make a start. I'm just going to cut a few little bits and pieces to roughly the width I want. I don't want anything too wide. I want to cut that about there. Too wide or too long, we don't want that. No siree. So anyway, it is Wednesday. We are halfway through the week. And how is your week going? Any good, anybody? I ask this every time and nobody ever lets me know how their week's going, what they're doing, what they've been up to. Come on, folks, tell me what you're up to. What are you doing in life? And just trim that one up a little bit. And again, this is all prep I could have done off camera, but I didn't really think to. So, hey-ho, mustn't grumble, must we? Gonna trim that little white edge off of there. That's quite a nice one. I like that. So, what is going on in my life? Absolutely nothing. Oh, we had a little bit of fun on Sunday. We ended up with absolutely no gas. And we Googled it and worked out that our gas meter, apparently the battery had run out. Who knew they worked on batteries, these new smart meters? I thought it was all connected up to the electrics, to be honest with you. But no, they work on batteries. So I phoned my provider and they said, well, I was on the phone to them for absolutely ages. And she came back to me and she said, because it was Sunday and because it was after 5 o'clock, they weren't going to be able to do anything for me on Sunday, but they would ring me back Monday morning, so yesterday, no, the day before, and take my details then and let me know what they were able to do. So we were all night and half the morning on Monday without any gas. But a very nice engineer did come out and he told us that unfortunately he couldn't just sort out the gas meter. He was going to have to replace the electric meter as well because they have to talk to each other apparently. Yeah. So we ended up with a brand new gas meter and a brand new electric meter, all because the battery ran out on it. How ridiculous is that? And the gas meter that we had was only 8 years old. So, you know what, if they have to replace them as often as that, that's a huge expenditure, isn't it? That strikes me as being a bit mental, if you ask me. But anyway, who am I to judge? I suppose there are reasons why, aren't there? But I don't know. It just seems an awful waste of money to me. But hey ho, we're back online, which is marvellous. We have gas, which is marvellous. Oh dear. So yeah, so that was a bit of fun and games. So I had to wash on Monday in cold water. That was lovely. Although, luckily enough, it is very hot at the moment. So yeah, I suppose it was quite refreshing in a way. But lucky it didn't happen in winter, because I might have been a bit upset by then if that had been the case. But there you go. Anyway, I am rambling, I am aware. I'm just going to finish cutting a few more little bits, and then we're going to get excitingly started. Oh, yes, we are. Yes, indeed, we are. Gonna do some stuff. Like I say, I'm only licking and sticking. I'm going to allow myself to throw that bit away. We are only licking and sticking today, but to give me some little bits to work with. Do you know, honestly, my dog sits in my office all day long, never bats an eye. The minute I start recording, he wants to go out. Bear with me. You little man, go on, off you go. There we are. Okay, that's him out of the way again. He's a little devil, he is. Right, let's have a play. Okay, I've got a few bits. All I'm doing now, I'm going to stick them down, folks. Exciting times, eh? Right. Do you know, I don't know how long it's been since I've been recording, and I did say about half an hour, didn't I? So I don't know. I'll just do this one, and then yeah, we'll see how we go. Like I say, all I am doing is sticking bits down. There is no magic in this whatsoever. It is verily, verily simple. Okay. I do like doing this, actually. It's quite therapeutic, to be fair. Oh, that's typical. That's just a little bit too... Oh, that one will work. That one will work. And I just need a snippet of it, please. This little cut-off was from the Ocean Spray Journal that I've just finished. If you haven't had a look at that, pop along and have a look at it. A huge hello to all my subscribers and all of my new subscribers as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I did put a little thank you out the other day. Can't remember when it was, to be honest with you. It wasn't that long ago. To say hi and welcome, and thank you for joining my channel. I'm absolutely blown away with the fact that I've currently got just over now 700 subscribers, and it's hard work, to be honest with you, doing these videos sometimes, coming up with different things to show people, and the recording of them and the editing of them, and you know, it takes a goodly amount of time. I would say on average, an average video for me, and I'm not a technophobe, but I probably don't know as much as I could know, and they do take me quite a long time to do. There's the recording of them, obviously, which can take an hour of your time just recording, sometimes longer if you're coming on and off camera for whatever reason, and then there's the editing of them afterwards. I know some people don't edit their videos. Seriously, if I didn't edit my videos, you would just be bored bored is what you would be. So yeah, it's always good to, I think, good for me to edit, because otherwise, especially when I'm decorating things, oh my goodness me, I take forever to decorate things. Yeah, so then there's the editing, as I say, which takes a little while. I suppose the editing for me can sometimes take an hour or two, sometimes even 3 hours, depending on, you know, how much is going on with it. So and then you've got to do a thumbnail for the video, which is the little picture that you see when you come onto the channel. And then you've got to upload it all into YouTube. And you've got to wait for YouTube to do all their checks. And then it eventually goes live. So yeah, it's not a 2-minute job, to be fair. But I really do enjoy doing them. So I don't even know where I was going with this conversation, if I'm completely honest. Oh my goodness me. Where was I going with that conversation, peeps? Help me out. Anyway, I've got just over 700 subscribers, and I'd just like to welcome you all. So there we go. Oh dear. I do worry myself sometimes with how forgetful I am. But never mind. I am not grumbling. Is that going to fit on there? No, it's not. I need another strip to fit there, don't I? Will that piece work there? Oh, yes, it will. Let me get another little bit of scrappy do. Yeah, so anyway. So that was the start of my week. What else has been going on? Oh, does anybody have issues with their printer? I've got an Epsom, I think it's a 3850 off the top of my head. And sometimes printing on it is a nightmare. It really messes about. It's almost like it's not talking to the internet properly. And it prints really, really slowly, and then it sort of gets a third of the way through printing the page and then decides, yeah, I can't be bothered to do that anymore, and just kicks it out. Yeah, it's really random. And I cannot find, I've Googled and cannot find a fix for it at all. So I don't really know what's going on with it, to be honest with you. But I got there. It literally took me half a day, literally half a day, to print out those little sheets that I've just shown you today, which is a ridiculous amount of time, isn't it? Talk about patience is a virtue. Gosh, I was ready to throw it out the window. I am not going to lie. Yeah, so if you have issues with yours too, do let me know. Not that I wish you unwell with it, but it would make me feel better to know that I'm not alone in this. You're not alone. Honestly. Right, there we go. That's that bit. Now, the other thing, I'm saying I'm not a technophobe. I have not yet, anyway, worked out how to double time things. So, like when I'm doing things like this, a lot of the creators will fast forward the video so that you see it in quick time. I haven't worked out how to do that yet. I finally worked out how to do a voiceover. That was more out of necessity than anything, which if any of you saw one of my videos, I think it was last week sometime, I ended up having to do a voiceover for it because my stupid video didn't take the recording of my voice again. And I wasn't going to go through it. It was over an hour long, the video, and I wasn't going to go through and redo it. So I managed to work out how to do a voiceover. Yay me! But I still haven't worked out how to fast forward things so that you see stuff in like double time, because that would be nice to work out. So if any of you know how to do that are watching, perhaps you could let me know that too. That would be good. Yes, indeedy. Goodly, 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 goodly. Right, I'm just going to fill this bit up here. Shall we just put that bit on there? Don't know. See, if I use that, I'm going to end up with that tiny little bit there, aren't I? If I go that way, Morge too, Rodney. I'm going to go that way. There you have it. Okay. And then, oh, that piece doesn't want to go there, does it? That piece will work if I go that way. Okay. Then when I've done these, they will be perfect to go with this project that I'm working, or that I've decided to work on now. And I will have them to play with. I'm going to go around that way with that. There we go. Okay, so that's one. I'm going to trim these off. Oh, do you know what I've done? Do you know, I despair sometimes at my stupidity. I've just stuck those on the wrong side. Were you shouting at me again, folks? I stuck it on the tea dyed rather than the unprinted side, which means I've now got put a bit of coffee dyed paper on it. It's really annoying, Dawn. Right, let's get these little bits out of the way. So that is what I've ended up with, and that is going to be the background of a tag. So that's quite cute, isn't it? Really nice. And I think it goes with the, let me show you. I think it goes with the Blue Hues. There we go. It goes with that really nicely, doesn't it? And those are all cut-offs or scraps left over from Amanda's previous projects, with the exception of that piece and that piece, which I think came out of a cardstock book maybe, but the rest of it is all from Amanda's previous projects. So this is what I say, you can mix and match these things and they go really nicely together. So that's that one. I am going to go ahead and finish these off, and then I'll show you them at the end. So I will be back momentarily. Don't go away, folks. Okay, so I've just done 3 for today. This was the one that you saw me do. Okay, and this is just with them going it's not horizontal, is it? It's at an angle across the tag, that way and that way. All right, and then I also did one with horizontals going straight across with all different designs on, and then this one is just one that I've done with literally the cut-offs from these two, so just tiny little pieces. So that's a proper I suppose you could call that a masterboard style, really, because that's just filling in bits where I had bits to fill in. So that is what I've done for my No Waste Wednesday. Just a reminder that this is the project I'm working on next, hence why I have done these, because I think they marry in very nicely. So Blue Hues for Blue Hues, and these are the details if you want to pop along to Amanda's channels and take a look at what she does and what she has to offer, which is a huge amount. So thank you very much for your time today, guys. I will see you all for Quickfire Friday. Take care.